You're born in 1878 in a dirt-poor village in Georgia. No empire, no revolution, just a tiny screaming baby in a crumbling house with no future in sight. Your father is a violent alcoholic who vanishes before you learn to walk. The first man in your life teaches you fear, not love. At age 7, you're infected with smallpox. You survive barely, but your face is forever marked. Kids don't see you, they see disease. You're the only child to survive out of 4 siblings. That doesn't make you lucky, it just makes you more alone. Your mother sends you to a religious seminary, hoping you'll become a priest. You find God, then lose him in the violence of scripture and silence. Instead of learning to pray, you learn to question. Then you read Marx. Then you get expelled. You're blacklisted as a political agitator before you're 20. You can't hold a real job, can't go back home, and can't stop looking over your shoulder. You join the Bolsheviks and become the guy who'll do the dirty work. Organizing strikes, smuggling weapons, robbing banks. You're arrested, exiled to Siberia. Freeze, starve, repeat. This becomes a cycle. Prison is home, the party is family. You take the name Koba, a local folk hero, but there's nothing heroic about hiding in safe houses and fearing your friends more than the cops. Your first wife dies of typhus. You bury her with your hands. You tell yourself it didn't matter, but you never love again. You rise in the party through loyalty, not brilliance. You aren't the smartest, just the one who never blinks. Lenin gets sick. You get ready. While others fight over ideas, you take control of the paperwork. Trotsky is a war hero, a genius. You're a shadow, but shadows are patient, and paperwork cuts deeper than swords. You manipulate your role as general secretary, slowly, quietly, until every lever of power is in your hand. Lenin dies. Israel says you're dangerous. You hide it. You smear Trotsky, exile him, then erase him. You don't just win, you delete the competition. Now you lead, and leading means industrializing. The first 5-year plan demands sacrifice. Millions will pay the price. You force peasants into collective farms. Those who resist starve. You say it's for progress. You say nothing about the bodies. The Holodomor kills millions in Ukraine. Entire villages vanish. You ban the word famine. You arrest anyone who complains. You promote those who lie. Truth becomes treason. You build cities overnight. Factories rise, but so do prisons. And since this channel isn't run like a Soviet labor camp, you're free to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. No forced labor required. You begin the purges. First your rivals, then your friends. Loyalty is never permanent. You execute the old Bolsheviks who once stood beside you. Now they confess to crimes they never committed, then disappear. You purge the Red Army. Half the officers gone. When war comes, there's no one left who knows how to fight. Your son tries to kill himself. You call it weakness. Your second wife shoots herself after dinner. You still show up to work the next day. You rewrite school books, paint your face into history. Children grow up learning you're a god. Every home hangs your portrait, not out of love, but because not hanging it might mean a visit at midnight. The gulags fill. Intellectuals, workers, random names from a list. A system that needs bodies, not reasons. You listen to recordings of confessions. You laugh at how easy they break. Hitler invades. You're shocked. Your spies warned you. You ignored them. The Nazis capture millions. You call Soviet POWs traitors. If they come back, they go straight to gulags. You win the war, but the cost is 27 million dead. Cities are rubble, families are ash. You call it victory, but feels more like organized mourning. You redraw Europe with your bare hands, forcing borders, planting puppet regimes. You call it liberation. To them, it's a life under new chains. You build the Berlin Wall in spirit years before it's concrete, splitting minds, hearts, and entire generations with fear, barbed wire, and silence. You deport whole ethnic groups, Chechens, Crimean Tatars, packed in trains like cattle, left to freeze and vanish in nameless white tundra. You outlaw humor. One joke about you is a 10-year sentence. Satire becomes suicide. Even laughter dies in the motherland. You wiretap your own ministers, paranoid beyond measure. You rewrite meeting notes to erase dissent. Loyalty means nothing if it's not documented. Your cult of personality grows so deep, people cry when they see your boots. Not from love, from terror that they didn't cry fast enough. Your paranoia infects everything. Scientists, doctors, even guards vanish. No one is safe from your suspicion, not even logic or medicine. You accuse Jewish doctors of trying to kill you. They vanish into prisons without trial. Their only crime? Practicing medicine too close to power. You have no friends left, just trembling sycophants who fake laughter, fake loyalty, and fake joy every time you walk into a room. You demand applause longer than your speeches. The first to stop clapping disappears. Fear stretches every ovation into torture. You dine nightly like a king, roast meats, overflowing wine. But beyond the walls, your people eat moldy bread in silence and cold. You call yourself one of the people, but for 20 years, you haven't touched their lives, only their rations, their thoughts, and their fates. Your daughter begs to flee. You let her. She escapes and never returns. She chooses exile over even one more day under your shadow. You build a private movie theater just to watch propaganda about yourself. You sit alone, watching your myth with no one to believe it but you. You host grand banquets where the food is lavish and the air suffocates. No one enjoys themselves. They're too busy surviving the evening. You reshuffle generals constantly, not for skill, not for strategy, but to reward flattery. The louder they praise, the longer they live. You stop sleeping. You see betrayal in shadows, hear conspiracy in coughs. Every glance becomes a threat, every silence a scream. You cancel checkups. You think doctors might poison you. You trust illness more than medicine and fear more than reason. You rewrite the dictionary to match your mind. Words mean only what you say they do. Truth becomes elastic. Reality bends for you until it breaks. You believe you'll outlive the world, that only you can hold it together. But your body begins to rebel. The machine rusts from within. You collapse in your room, alone and silent. You who commanded empires now lie helpless, drowning in the fear you built. You soil yourself. Still, no one checks. Your guards, trained to obey, do nothing. Even your death is delayed by the terror you engineered. Eventually, someone enters, but it's not to save you. They whisper, they wait, they vanish. No heroics, just quiet dread in your final hours. It's March 1st, 1953. You've just had a late-night dinner with your inner circle. Laughter, vodka, silence. You go to bed and collapse. No one comes. Your chest tightens. You feel the cold rising. You build a world where fear rules, and now that fear leaves you alone on the floor. You die in pieces, not with a gunshot, not in a bunker, but inch by inch, paralyzed, humiliated, drowning in your own silence. And if you've got another poor soul you'd like to see suffer on this channel, drop their name in the comments. We might roast them next. In the meantime, click on the video popping up now to find out why being Elon Musk also totally sucks, and it's not the billionaire dream you think it is.